Have you ever wondered why Lucie never needs to reload her weapon? It's crossbow weapon, so she should be winding up and then loading an arrow. But no, she doesn't stop for that. She just stands still, take aim, and fire. I mean, that makes sense that she needs to aim, but why doesn't she need to reload? That bugs me. Also, I realized that she can throw a lot of potions, but that isn't the issue here. She can throw as many potions as she likes, but a tiny bag that she has on the belt seems to be carrying a lot of potions. Not one, not two, not three, definitely not 5, 6 or 7, but 4 different potions. Okay, enough talk about the logic behind the weapon and inventory. Time for some serious talks about Lucie, the Expelled Alchemist, featuring Battlerite. Well, in case those of you who are watching don't know what this game is called. Let's do a brief overview of Lucie's abilities. Toxic Bolt, Lucie's primary attack, deals 12 damage and inflicts toxic debuff. Daily Injection, Lucie's EX primary attack, inflicts daily injection that snares for 2 seconds and at the end of the effect deals 24 damage around the inflicted. Healing Potion, Lucie's main source of healing, heals for 14 HP and revitalize, healing for another 6 HP over 4 seconds. Barrier, Lucie's her defensive ability, shielding up to 50 damage over 2.5 seconds. But why is a barrier on space? Clarity Potion, Lucie's supportive and controlling ability, cleanses allies and enemies of debuff and buffs respectively. Also, enemies hit by this will be knocked away, including the middle orb. Panic Flask, Lucie's E ability, deals 12 damage and inflicts panic, which causes enemies to run away from Lucie uncontrollably with increased movement speed for 2 seconds. Petrify Bolt, Lucie's EXE ability, inflicts Petrify. Roll, Lucie's EX ability. Oh, her mobility ability is this one. Causes her to evade all damage while rolling in a direction. Crippling Ghoul, Lucie's ultimate ability, deals 18 damage upon impact, leaving an AoE effect dealing 80 damage over 6 seconds, snaring enemies within. Lucie's abilities aren't so great by themselves, so we'll go through the Battlerites that are available for Lucie. Vampiric Toxic heals Lucie for 9 HP over 6 seconds while enemies affected by Lucie's toxic debuff. Weakening Toxic weakens the enemies affected by Lucie's toxic debuff, recovers lesser HP and deals lesser damage. Companion Potion increases Lucie's healing potion initial healing by 4. Stimulant grants bonus damage to allies with Revitalize buff. Alacrity increases movement speed while shielded. Blast Shield causes barrier to deal 10 damage and knock back enemies near the barrier. Siege Barrier increases barrier shield value by 8 and lasts 0.5 seconds longer, which means the shield health will be at 58 for 3 seconds. Adhesive Component adds a snaring effect to Clarity Potion, slowing enemies hit for 3 seconds. Dynamic Solution increases the range of throwing Clarity Potion and its impact radius. Potency causes Clarity Potion to have healing and damaging factors on allies or enemies, but only when cleansing a buff or debuff. Chaos explodes upon impact, dealing 8 damage to nearby enemies and inflicting lesser panic. Daily Brew increases damage dealt by Panic Flask by 10, dealing a total of 22 damage. Hysteria reduces the cooldown of Panic Flask and further reduces the cooldown of Panic Flask whenever Lucie lands it on an enemy. Swift Roll, Lucie's mobility ability will grant Lucie increased movement speed for 2.5 seconds and reduces Lucie's roll ability cooldown by 3 seconds. Sticky Ghoul increases Lucie's ultimate ability snare factor, making it harder for enemy to walk out of a ghoul. Agility. I don't think I need to explain this, right? After looking through all these Battlerites, I'll rate the Battlerites that are a definite must-have, useful, probably not gonna be used, and what's this for. Vampiric Toxic is useful because Lucie won't need to heal herself and can focus more on attacking and supporting her teammates. Weakening Toxic is useful because Lucie already loses out in a direct trade-off, so making her enemies deal lesser damage will give Lucie and her team the edge that they need. Companion Potion is probably not going to be used because all it does is help Lucie heal better for each potion. It will be useful if Lucie has to spam healing potion on a single ally. Stimulant is a definite must-have because Lucie will be throwing healing potions non-stop. The bonus damage that she gives will help make up for the time spent on healing instead of attacking. Alacrity is a definite must-have, since Barrier is already so good at saving teammates' HP from dropping too fast. Granting that ally extra movement speed to run away from danger will help out a lot. Also, since Lucie only has one mobility ability that requires energy to be used, Lucie can always barrier herself to get to places. Not a lot of places, but definitely a place where she won't die so fast. Blast Shield is... what's this for? Dealing 10 damage and knocking back enemies is quite unlikely. Yes, knocking back enemies and dealing 10 damage seems fine. It's just that there are better Battlerites for Lucie. Unless you're up against a full melee team and decide to jump on one person at the same time, then yes, you can consider Blast Shield. Siege Barrier is probably not going to be used because having a slightly stronger shield for a slightly longer duration isn't that great since the shield doesn't break entirely fast. Adhesive Component. What's this for? Gives Clarity Potion the snare factor of 3 seconds. It's poorly used as a Battlerite due to its multi-purpose. You may consider this for pushing away enemies that come too close to Lucie or her team, but I hardly use this just to keep enemies from running. I'd rather use something else that will keep Lucie running. Dynamic Potion is useful. Being able to throw further and have a larger radius impact means more allies and enemies getting cleansed, including knockback. Potency. What is this for? I know cleansing either enemies or allies is good enough, but this extra buff to deal damage or heal doesn't justify the need for this Battlerite. Chaos is useful, but can also be a definite must-have in a 3v3 format. Chasing away multiple enemies from a distance is an ability that most champions are incapable of doing. Deadly Brew is probably not going to be used, it's just 10 damage more. Hysteria is a definite must-have. Lucie will be able to keep melee champions away for longer, and it also helps to match her cooldown with melee champions counter. Melee champions will have to be steady when getting ready to counter. Swift roll is a definite must-have, or just useful, if Lucie hardly ever needs to roll. A good Lucie can survive with her barrier, clarity potion, and panic flask easily. The roll just allows Lucie to have more mobility options. Sticky Glue is probably not going to be used, because if Lucie uses her ultimate, she cannot roll. Also, the strength in Lucie's ultimate counts in the AoE damage over 6 seconds. The longer enemies are caught within, the more effective it is. Agility is useful, but probably not going to be used, since Lucie has to consider a lot of other abilities that she has. The extra mobility she gets from this will help when Lucie isn't attacking, and stacks with the movement speed bonuses. You can consider this when playing with a teammate that can grant movement speed bonus. Now, on to Lucie's strategy. Lucie's only mobility requires 1 bar of energy, so Lucie players have to be mindful at the start of each round. Only when Lucie has gained that 1 bar of energy can Lucie play more aggressively. Lucie should be playing at the back, far from enemies and close enough to give support to her team. Lucie should play near pillars, and never, I repeat, never be caught between walls. Lucie cannot jump over walls even with her roll ability, and will stop short if Lucie does roll into a wall. Lucie players should focus on hitting enemies from afar and heal herself or teammates whenever possible. Sticking near teammates will allow Lucie's healing potion to cool down faster, which means more healing and energy gain for Lucie. That's the general guide to playing Lucie in a solo queue. In a team queue, Lucie needs to communicate with her teammates, providing the support that her teammates need, like barrier or clarity potion. Using panic flask or petrify bolt allows Lucie and her teammates to focus on another enemy better, or even getting the middle orb without worries. Lucie's only weakness is being the main target. If Lucie is teamed up with another champion that doesn't have any ability that can somehow protect Lucie, then that champion should not play safe with Lucie and focus on attacking one of the enemies easiest for them to attack. Lucie can somehow manage dueling another champion, but if Lucie has to fight 2 champions at once, it will be difficult for her. Once you understand what are Lucie's attacking limits and know the enemy's attacking pattern, Lucie just needs to anticipate with a clarity potion and panic flask for disables and jump attacks. Remember to heal and shield allies. Yes, barrier is something a lot of champions hate to hit, so time it well. Too early and it gives a signal to enemies to target someone else or hold their attacks. Too late and the enemies may already be resting, waiting for abilities to cool down. Playing later into the game, control over the middle orb can get difficult, especially when Lucie only has panic flask to deal AoE damage with Chaos Battlerite equipped. So using Clarity Potion to move the middle orb closer to a team, or Panic Flask or Petrify both enemies to secure the middle orb. Sometimes Lucie can gather a lot of energy in a match, so Lucie should use the energy regularly to increase the damage output. Daily Injection enemies that already jump or are not keeping watch of Lucie, and Petrify both instead of Panic Flask to focus on attacking someone else or regrouping with your team. Lucie is a difficult champion to master purely because of her wind-up attack. Lucie is slower than a lot of other champions and is easily disabled by spell lock, knockback, and stun lock. Don't expect an easy battle, especially when Lucie becomes the main target of every skirmish that happens. Lucie's barrier will be the game changer, including her panic flask and clarity potion. These abilities are so powerful in the right situation. Clarity a petrified ally, instant panic flask a Raygon that just landed on top of Lucie, and barrier a Freya's ultimate. I hope this guide has given you a clear view of how Lucie should be played, as well as things to look out for when fighting against a Lucie. Leave a comment below if you think this video was good, or bad, or anything at all in fact. I'm looking forward to making more videos of Battlerite champions. That's all. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.